Hey guys, we're just taking a look briefly at geographic implications. When you settle along various parts of the world or parts of um, different geographic locations, what does it mean? What does it mean for, what can you imply from that? What can you get from that? Can you gather from that? So the first thing we want to look at is rivers. Now, when you see something about a river, you can probably guess that the people have a decent water supply, especially if they're upstream. There's probably a lot of settlements. Now pause and think why there are a lot of settlements by water. You got it? Okay, so the reason there's a lot of settlements by water is because there's fertile land surrounding most water. There's fertile land surrounding the water, surrounding at least the water along rivers. Now, coastlines work slightly differently. Because coastlines are up against sand, sand is not super fertile soil. We're going to find that the pilgrims are going to learn how to make it work for them, but that's for a later time. Coastlines, you can usually guess, not much agriculture. There's not a whole lot of agriculture. You can also assume that there's probably a lot of marine life, or there's a lot of fishing that takes place. Probably eat seafood. Not to say that's all they eat, but you'll see a greater presence of it, a greater abundance of it in these areas. Also, shipping, trade, whaling, are all in shipbuilding. So I can put this in this line. Can I do it? I'm amazing. Boom. Shipbuilding are all things that are going to be along coastlines here. Now, lastly, we're going to have mountains. My later videos underneath there. I'm going to poke out and see what they can see. Mountains, the significance of mountains. Now, mountains will generally act as a geographic barrier. If you remember, geographic barriers do not stop movement. They, what do? They slow movement. Slows movement. Okay. It will slow movement from place to place. Now, as far as mountains go, you can probably rest assured there's probably a lot of subsistence farming, which means you farm just enough for your family. Also, for as far as the economy goes, you're probably going to have a lot of mining. Mining cart here. Woo, woo, woo. This is clearly a really good mining cart with, I'm really good at drawing things that are inside of it too. Do you feel like that looks like a photograph? Because it faux show kind of does. You're gonna see mining, maybe some maybe some hunting. But primarily mining is what the economic activity we're going to find in mountains. Later on, mountains are going to be a place where tourism becomes a big deal, especially when we talk about people going skiing, stuff like that. So that is geographic implications for you, children. Hope you enjoyed it.